So I am here sitting next to my Juliana. She's doing better, but last night we went out to meet up with my husband's cousin because it was her birthday. And Juliana seemed a little lethargic, but that's usually happens when she doesn't have a nap. So we just figured she was tired. And then we get to the restaurant and she felt really warm. When I took her out of the car, I just knew that she was probably fighting something, but it's not a consistent thing. She's not coughing, she's not having trouble breathing, she's not having really anything else. The only thing is this fever that keeps fluctuating. It goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down, then it goes up. So we finished up at dinner really fast and then just came home, and she was up constantly last night. At one point I was afraid that she was about to have a one of those like little seizures that kids can have when they have a fever. She seemed like she was talking, she wasn't unresponsive, but she was just seemed confused, and she kept looking up at the ceiling, and so I'm looking at the ceiling like, what is up there? What are you looking at? It was weird. It was just, I don't know. I was freaking out a little bit, and Vince was already asleep, and I was debating, okay, like, I don't want to overreact, but should I wake him up? I don't think we could do anything anyway because her temperature was below 102, and for her age, from what I was reading online, her temperature was, fairly normal. Like, it wasn't anything you were going to be able to go to the ER over. So I just didn't know what to do. I hate fevers. I hate dealing with fevers in little kids. It's scary. Yeah. I don't like it. I have my coffee here. I look lovely. I have a sink full of dishes downstairs that I am not doing. I'm going to chill with her, and I haven't slept much. So, yeah, I'm not going to do my usual cleaning routine today. Oh, it's so good. Why? Why are you so good? Oh my gosh, I just realized how tired my body is. I haven't sat down or relaxed at all since I woke up this morning. There really hasn't been a ton of relaxation today, so my body was just like, oh, thank you. Thank you for freaking sitting down, you busybody. So, gonna eat my delicious little lunch here. So I just got Juliana's antibiotics, and which is really good. I'm so relieved that we have those now. She has to be on them for about 10 days, but one of the people that works at the pharmacy, I've been to this pharmacy a few times now. I called earlier to just see if it was ready. Anyway, the guy who answered the phone sounded like he was not loving life. And then when I went there, I saw who it was. I could just tell by the way he looked. I always feel so bad for people who just look like they are not in a good mood. Actually, I've seen him before, and I don't think he's ever in a good mood. He's an older gentleman, and he's just been working there too long, which I get it. When you're working with the public, it can make you a little bitter. But you definitely get those people where they can't even fake being in a good mood. They're not even gonna try. They're just, I don't know, they're not they're not loving life. Well, Juliana had a checkup today, and it was just like establishing care at her new pediatrician. What do you know? We found a reason for her fever, or an answer to her fever. She has an ear infection. And she wasn't complaining about her ear. I think one day she mentioned her ear, and then we kept checking on her because we were like, oh, maybe it's an ear infection. And she said, no, my ear doesn't hurt. I feel fine. Like, yeah, it turns out it is an ear infection. And honestly, thank God, because I was going crazy trying to figure out what was wrong with her, because her symptoms just didn't make any sense. Julian didn't really get fevers with his ear infections. I don't know. Every kid's different, I guess. But yeah, so I have to go pick up her medicine soon, and I'm still kind of like, I'm glad we have an answer, but I still feel like anxious a little bit. Like I'm a little stressed out because I just want to get the medication, get it in her, and get her healing so she can get back to normal. I don't like seeing her like this. But yeah, I'm just glad we have an answer. And also, I need to eat something because it is kind of late for lunch and I still have not eaten. And when I don't eat, I start getting irritated easily. And so I was like realizing that was happening. So I realized I need to eat. All of the snow that was there, just yesterday, is now all gone. But we are supposed to get more snow tonight. So we will see what it looks like when we wake up tomorrow. Seriously, sometimes being tall is a pain in the butt when I'm trying to film, because you don't know how much I have to adjust the tripod just so it doesn't chop my head off. So lately I have been making my beans in batches, like in big batches, because since I'm buying them like dried, like not canned, I have to soak them and then boil them every time. And I usually make beans for lunch or breakfast, and it just would take too much time to do that every single day. So I just make them in batches. I do the same with my quinoa, and I find that it makes it easier to eat healthy because then everything's pre-made. Throw it all in a bowl, heat it up, put my toppings on, my veggies, and then I'm good to go. If you haven't noticed, it is yet another gloomy day. It just feels so dark in the house, which, as I have complained about before, I hate, but here we are. But something else I've been working on, as you guys may have seen, is my wine, my country wine. This one is strawberries and, wait, which one is this? This is strawberries, and I actually put my lavender, my leftover lavender from the garden in here. It was like a last minute idea to throw that in here. I'm not even sure if it was a good idea. I know it's gonna taste good, but this one's fermenting a lot slower than the other one, and the other one has strawberries and some blackberries in there. So I don't know what made the difference, but this one definitely smells a lot more alcoholic. It smells so good though. I tried it earlier and it's pretty strong. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm now gonna transfer it to a secondary bottle, which is just gonna be one of these guys. And I don't even know if it's gonna fit in one, but if I need, I have two. And to be honest, I don't have any idea how to strain this. I don't know how you're supposed to do this. I do have like a noodle strainer, so I might be able to use that to get the big pieces out, and then after that, I don't know. But we'll try it out. I do have my nut cloth, that's what it's called, that I use to strain my almond milk. So if I absolutely need to strain it further, I guess I can use this. I'm just winging it. Clearly I don't follow rules because this is probably not the way you're supposed to do it. Bottle of homemade wine, and I still have more in the bowl, and obviously I have to wait till that one finishes fermenting, the first stage of fermenting, and then I'll bottle that. So I should have like 2.5 bottles of wine when I'm done. That is exciting. I have to go to the pharmacy soon, but I have a question. Oh my god, how am I gonna do this? This is stupid. Let me just make this tripod smaller. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have a question because I was thinking about this the other day. So my question is, well, my observation was just the technology that we have available to us in general now with TV. So this is such like an old person thing to say, but back in my day, you put on a video, a VHS, or you would turn on the television and watch a show. And you had to finish that show if you wanted to watch a show that came after it. I mean, you could change the channels if you wanted to, I guess, but still, you would have, if you were going to change channels all over the place, you were never going to catch all the shows from the beginning, is what I'm saying. You would, sure, you could change a channel and then you catch a little bit of a different show. But it was, you kind of had to commit, right? You kind of had to put on a movie or show and commit to it a little bit. Now, and I realized it the other day, Juliana, she'll ask to watch something. Let's say it's Bubble Guppies. She'll watch maybe half the episode, maybe even get through a full episode. And then if it's halfway in the episode and she suddenly just decides she wants to watch Peppa Pig, she asks, can I watch Peppa Pig? Then she watches a little bit of that, assuming she's even watching it. Sometimes she doesn't even watch it. And then, can you put on Paw Patrol? And I noticed the wanting to constantly change the show just pops in her head. Oh, I want to watch this. Oh, I want to watch that. And it's that way for adults too. Obviously, we can flip-flop all around, but I don't tend to do that. If I put on a show, even if it's just for background noise, I leave it on. I don't watch half of an episode and then switch to another show and then watch a few minutes, then switch to another show. I don't do that. I noticed she is doing that. And I didn't think anything about it at first, but I'm thinking that that's not good. That's not a good habit to get into of just... You can't be bothered to focus on one show. You're just all, and they already have so many reasons to have short attention spans anyway. And she does the same thing on her tablet. She's watching something on YouTube and she watches a few minutes of that, then she clicks something else. And so it's making, I definitely know it's making all of us, but especially children, our attention spans really, really bad because you're not forced to focus on anything. Literally, the attention shifts every 2 seconds, it feels like. So I've gotten into this I've started now when she's in the middle of a show and she wants to watch something else, I say, you need to finish the show that you're watching. You've asked to watch this show, finish it, and then we'll change it. Because it's annoying for me to have to constantly stop what I'm doing to change the channel for her. I mean, it's excessive because her attention span not going to be very great when she's so accustomed to just her attention being all over the place. She can't focus on one thing. So I'm trying to really just get her to stop doing that. And but I don't know. It's something I haven't really thought of. I know we think about that when it comes, like, we as parents, I know, are like really like, oh, tablets, like, you know, I don't want them to be on like the screen time thing, which TV is a screen, but I don't think we think that the tablets alone are what is affecting their attention span, but do we think about the television shows and how they're allowed to just stream all these different shows and don't have to wait for anything? Yeah, just wondering what you guys, if you are parents or even if you're not parents, doesn't matter. I mean, that's a thing, right? We didn't have to do, like, we didn't get to do that, and now they get to do that. Everything's on demand. That's not good, right? I feel like it's not good. I need to take down this tree. I just haven't gathered the motivation to do that yet.
Go, 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 go. Oh, really? Tell you? Show mommy.